Hello Leo, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, maybe Venus, depending on where it goes. So, my dear pussycats. Oh, there is an extended. It's like, oh yeah, guess what? There's an extended at the end of this. The link is at the top of the description. I will look in the blind spot of whatever this reading turns out to be. And what will this reading be? Well, we're going to start with my energy oracle deck. And I'm going to look into what your energy is right now, right here. And I'm going to look into the energy that's outside of you. So this is always an interesting little thing for me because it can play out in two ways. It can either be energy that you are kind of moving towards, that it's going to be like your new cycle, or it could be the energy of someone significant around you. Sometimes we have to try to work that out. It's just an energy reading, so I don't know how it's going to play out. It's energy outside of you. So we're going to start with the energy that you are in right now. Energy cycle for Leo, followed by energy that they're going into. All tied up. Oh. We'll see where that goes. That is, it's a little bit like the Eight of Swords. And I'm only saying that because, gosh, that card was so prominent last week. I don't remember at what point it picked up in the readings, but the Eight of Swords, yeah, that's a little bit like you can't move, you want to move, you're watching, feeling like you can't. Rest or rejuvenation is the energy outside of you. There is a storm warning at the bottom of the card. At the bottom of the deck, sorry. This all tied up. Kim, doesn't it feel, it's like the Eight of Swords. Like you have the ropes wrapped around you, and then instead of swords, there's like bushes. There's like little bushes here, but they're not huge. It's not like you can't actually go around the bushes. You could probably wiggle out of the ropes, I'm gonna say. Maybe, yeah. You're definitely feeling like, or at least, yeah, you're feeling like your emotional headspace is that you can't move forward or you can't go towards something. You're kind of you feel stuck. You feel stuck. All tied up. You could also have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things going on right now that are preventing you from doing things that you really want to do. Things that you really want to achieve. Now, rest and rejuvenation sits outside of you. Is the energy outside of you, whether this is someone you're dealing with or it's the energy that you're moving towards. This is a nicer energy. I'm going to say that. Like, it'd be nice if your energy was going there. We're going to see what happens with the tarot cards. It's going to give us a lot more information because you can see this person has freedom of movement. They're really not moving, but they now have freedom of movement. So even if it's a psychological thing that's going on for you, a lot of times the Eight of Swords can be that. We convince ourselves that we can't move towards something, or we think that I shouldn't do that, that's not right, or I can't, or whatever the parameter is for you. At least not being tied up anymore and going deep within yourself and healing. I mean, I'm hoping that's kind of, because this can be frustrating. I'm also going to find out what the storm warning is. It can be like a little bit of a tower moment. There's some sort of a change or a shake-up. Splitting the deck and getting the Eight of Swords with the Ace of Wands. And the Swords with Temperance. Be patient. Leo. All tied up. All tied up for Leo. The Hierophant. I'm only saying it because the Hierophant was the card that was being responsible for the Eight of Swords energy last week. The Two of Pentacles is at the bottom. So there's things that need to be managed and juggled in life here that you have to manage and juggle. Now, you know, it's kind of interesting because part of this all tied up is having a lot of things that you need to deal with, that you need to be responsible for, that may be keeping you from going towards what you really want to move to or what you really want to do. And this is really the practical sides of life. There could be good stuff coming in here though, with, you know, juggling this. There's something coming in. The dog's got a delivery. There's a couple of boats on the horizon. So it can be that too. Like, you've got a lot to manage in the day-to-day in life. And you can't do what you want to do. So you want to charge. I feel like the Hierophant is responsible for this feeling of all tied up for you guys. I can't remember what you had last week. I just remember Thursday becoming the day where the Hierophant really came out strong. It was in all 3 readings. And I can't remember what you guys had. If you had anything like that. But here it's showing up like a son of a gun. So you've got this Knight of Swords almost wants to cut through this Hierophant. The Page of Cups sits here. This is like your feelings and your emotions. Wanting to drink from the cup of life. That's what it feels like. I want to drink from the cup of life. I want to feel again. I want to feel emotion and passion. I want to feel like, almost like, yeah, you know, I'm getting like the Holy Grail. Like drinking from the Holy Grail. Feeling the youthful, everlasting life. These 2 older people are like laying on the ground. Reaching, almost begging for that cup. And the Hierophant sits there saying, no, you shall not pass. Right? And well, what is the Hierophant? I discussed it quite a bit last week on Thursday. So the Hierophant is, you know, the social structures that we have created to keep our societies running. We're trying to create, you know, the divine order of the universe, trying to bring that down here onto Earth. To give ourselves, you know, safety and growth. There's a real purpose to the Hierophant energy. I don't want to say it's a bad thing. It's terrible. It's keeping people back. But, you know, the problem with the Hierophant is it's created by man, so it is faulty by nature. It's created by man, it is faulty by nature. So part of the biggest fault by nature of the Hierophant is that it tends to stick to old paradigms. It tends to be, it's created from the past. Everything man creates is created from the past. Unless you create it right now. 10 seconds goes by, it's the past. That's the way it works. So if this is something, some sort of social structure, social responsibility that you have to your community, to a partner, to something like that. I mean, it can go as personal, as a marriage commitment, or it can go as widespread as being the head of a church, or working in a church, working in a community, working in a government building or office of some sort, holding some sort of government position and being expected to function at a certain level. These are all the things that can be associated with the Hierophant. And yes, it's there for a reason, but it's almost like it's coming up against other aspects of life, of personal life, that it necessarily shouldn't. But it seems to be. And here you want to charge through it. You really do. You want to charge through it to get to the other side because you're all tied up. So what is the rest of rejuvenation? What is the rest of rejuvenation? Wow, it's nice. It's really nice energy. 9 of Pentacles is at the bottom. This is a beautiful 9 of Pentacles. This is really like looking after self. Being self-sufficient, self-reliant, kind of putting the Hierophant aside for a little while. Putting that away for a little bit, that Hierophant energy. Really focusing on the wonderful things that you have to offer yourself and to offer to others. This person is just singing such a beautiful song. Playing the piano in the woods. Tree grows from the piano. So beautiful growth, beautiful abundance coming from within you, allowing you to grow and expand and be very self-reliant and self-sufficient. The star, it's interesting that the star sits up in the tree there. It's reaching for the stars. It's feeling that divine connection without the Hierophant being between you and that energy. Because that's the other thing that the Hierophant is bad for. You know, just looking, there are very good reasons for churches. There really are. And a lot of people do so many good things. But, you know, one of the problems with this Hierophant energy is that it can, in some situations, a lot of situations, convince people that they need a go-between, between them and the universe, them and God, them and where they come from. You don't need any go-between. And I love this because it's like you're communicating. You are not bound by the parameters that the Hierophant says you must obey. You are being your own authentic true self for yourself. And the universe hears you and can see you clearly now. I like this nice. So, the rest are rejuvenation. You have the Four of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. It's so beautiful. It's really, you want to run through the fields with who you want to run with. You want to celebrate life the way you want to celebrate it. You want to create a new beginning. And you want this new beginning to be built on like freedom and passion, self-expression, love, emotion. Like, it's really like very different what sits over here. I'm saying you, so okay, I'm saying you, because remember I was saying, how do I identify this pile? That's something I kind of work on when I'm doing this. Either you are witnessing this from someone around you and you desire it, you want this too for yourself, or this is the energy that you're going towards. And it actually could be the combination of the two. You could be witnessing this in another person or in others around you, and even in seeing that, you realize it's a possibility, right? And it can work in reverse. Like it's important, I kind of think, to never tell little kids that they can't do something, obviously, unless it's like jumping off a roof. Like, well, that's not going to go well, okay? Like, just the physics around that, so you're splat. But, you know, never, I mean, I had an adult in my life that I came up with all sorts of things I wanted to do and be, and they always, every single time, they came up with, well, these are the bad aspects of this, or these are the faults of that, and and at one point I just thought, well, what the hell is the point of dreaming about anything? Because apparently all of it has bad stuff, like it's gonna be this or there's, right? So if you tell someone enough times that they can't do something, they start to believe that they can't. And then at some point, maybe they start to realize, oh, these are labels and bullshit that people have put on me that I don't need to hang on to. Maybe for them, they could not see how they couldn't do it. But hey, I can do it. I can do it. So that's what I feel with this card. Like, I can do it. If you see it, you believe again. And that's why it's so important to do this too. To connect with who you are and live it so fully and uniquely and genuinely. Because it's your purpose. It's your point. It's exploring yourself on so many levels. And just being free. Like, that is really being free in growth and expression and love and bounty should really be the experience in life. Obviously, there's going to be hardships and hiccups along the way. There always is. But to go through hardships and hiccups in energy that feels like this, as opposed to this, right? So I feel like you're manifesting. That's what I feel like here. And that's kind of, I guess, what I was trying to say with, you know, if you see this in someone else, you see this happening with someone else or in a group of people, whatever. And it's almost like they don't have to work for it in rest and rejuvenation. It's interesting. It's almost like they don't have to work for it in the rest and rejuvenation. And maybe it doesn't seem so much like work. Maybe it doesn't seem like they have to work as hard as you do at achieving things. But because they are connected, there's nothing between them and source. so it flows. Right? Like, you think about it, if you're handing a cup of water to someone, if it's a direct handoff, thank you, you're welcome, and there you go, you got the cup of water. If you're, and you know, let's say the water's really full, but if it's got to go down a row of people, chances are a lot of the water is going to spill out along the way. The Hierophant, right? Like, all the people that are involved with that, drinking from the cup, right? This is the cup that I'm talking about, the cup. If it's going to be, you know, handed, okay, and I got to hand it to you. Oh, careful, don't spill. Oh, and somebody got a little thirsty along the way. Joe's not going to see me sipping from his cup. And hand it, right? Like, and then by the time you get it, it's like, geez, there's like a quarter glass of water here. I ordered a full glass. Okay, I got to manifest and order another full glass from the universe. That's kind of what that feels like. Yeah, that's really interesting. That's what that's like. And there you go, right? Like, you want that ace of cup. You want that full cup. You want your cup. You don't want this cup that, you know, somebody else has been drinking from. And you got to beg for it and hope it comes down the line. If, you know, if the dear Hierophant will give you some of that. Will allow some of that to come through. You want your cup. You want your cup. Because you know that life can be more fruitful and actually less stressful than it needs to be. It can be more fruitful and less stressful. As opposed to, we're sort of taught that no, life needs to be, everything that you gain needs to be a struggle, needs to be a fight. You need to go in the trenches. I want to say, if you need to go in the trenches, it's really to fight for who you are. And a lot of the battles that you will have gone through, at some point you realize, all of that I went through it was to recognize myself and to see who I am and really understand it and to have my connection again. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna use storm warning. I love it when the messages just come in like that. Energy. The last two readings were a little unusual. This one is very clear. Leo. Felines. The storm warning. The storm warning? Wow, I don't know the last time that's happened to me. Like, literally, half the cards just flew off the deck. Oh, I'm going to look at this, and I'm going to look at all the cards that came out here and see what that is about. 7 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, Page of Swords. How is that a storm? You know, okay, sorry, I'm trying to read the cards. There you go. That's what's come out. I feel like almost you, feeling like you need to defend your dreams here. With the 7 of Wands and the 7 of Cups. That's the message that I'm getting right now. Almost like you need to defend your dreams. Feeling like you need, feeling defensive about your dreams. I'm not feeling, the storm warning doesn't feel like a tower moment now. This is not a tower moment. This is almost like a raging storm within you. That's what I feel. It's like a raging storm within you. Because your dreams, you want the 10 of Pentacles. You want the happiness. You want the stability. You want the good fortune. You want the people around you that, you know, love, support, nurture you, and you vice versa to them, right? For this to have balance. You want, like, you want the everything. But how? How to get it? I feel it with this Page of Swords, like, how to get it. So what is all this? It just flew off the deck. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like, you want the good stuff. Page of Cups, 2 of Cups, the Empress, the Star, the 9 of Swords. There's like, that you could almost say that that's what sits inside these 2 cards. Like, your dreams, your fantasies, your desires, your wishes, your choices. Into this great abundance and stability. There's that Page of Cups, like having your cup. Having your cup, my cup is innocent, my cup is honest. I'm ready to share it, but I want to share it with the same that I am, the same. I want to give it to who will give me, you know, the same. I want equality here. And with the Empress, like really a partner, this is a partner that you really see, like this is the ideal partner for you. Well, with the Star card, this is just beautiful. Like this is a really, for you, the beauty that you see inside and out, it sits there and it feels very nurturing, almost like divinely brought to you, right? Like divinely brought to you, like in divine timing, divine guidance, all the divinity sitting around that with your connection. And there's the Star with that Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. Like this is human. You're like almost like this is humanity's story. This is humanity's story, is it not? Let's look at the Hierophant. Let's clarify that guy. The Hierophant. The Hierophant. If the Eight of Swords comes out. The Eight of Swords comes out. Oh, we got the Six of Pentacles and the Hermit. Oh, wow. So it seems like the Hierophant, it's a responsibility for sure with the Six of Pentacles. It is some sort of place needing to give equally to those around you. You're tied into this. It's like you cannot remove yourself from that. And the Hermit coming towards it, it's almost like you're looking at it, really trying to understand if it is an equal give and take. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm looking at this dude, and I'm always looking at like these two here as being the people in the reading, or this is the equality, like if this is you and this is someone else and this is kind of the universe. But I'm not getting it that way. I'm almost getting it that this is you in the duty of the Hierophant and giving the equal give and take here, the responsibility that comes with that, but yet almost looking at this from another perspective and sort of identifying, well, who is giving to this person, who is giving possibly to me, is what you're feeling here. I mean, this could even be something like, your kids. Like, you could have two kids, and you were always giving to both of them. You're always keeping that balance. It's all, yep. But now, they never, nobody, or, they're not in a position to give back to you in the same way that you give to them, but there's no one there to give. I'm really feeling that. Like, there's no one there. And again, look at how that sits. There's this one person sitting here, and there's two there. There's this one person sitting here, and there's two there. You may, have pulled away with this Hermit, like pulled away from those around you, still doing what you have to do, but almost on an emotional, intellectual level, having pulled away, reflecting on where you are and where you're going and where you want to be. This Knight of Swords charges towards this Hierophant. What is the Knight of Swords charging towards the Hierophant? I gotta be honest, it doesn't feel like you want to charge and it's the Six of Swords. You just want, it's two sixes now associated with the Hierophant. You want to bring balance and harmony here. That's what these are about, bringing balance and harmony into this. It does feel like perhaps you are in a position where you are the one always giving. I'm just getting the image too of someone in some sort of like in an office, and let's like say it's the CEO of a company, and they've got to make sure everyone's got the same amount of work and everyone's participating the same way, giving out the paychecks and the bonuses or whatever. But no one realizes the CEO, well, the president of the company doesn't give anything out to the CEO almost. So it's being in some sort of position of authority here. And you have to keep the balance, but yet you're feeling an imbalance somehow. the Page of Cups. Wow, the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Cups. So you want to just cut through to the truth, but you want on an emotional level here. You want emotions and feelings and love. It's so true though. You know what? I remember I worked at one place and they were such assholes. Just the worst asshole. I would not give them more than I had to, and why would anyone? When you work for people that treat you like shit. And eventually, I remember it was the funniest thing. Guy, he was my supervisor. He was such a pompous jerk. But the one good thing he ever did for me was he recommended this book to me, was Who Moved My Cheese. It's a great book. It's a short read. You'll read it in like 10 minutes. Well, me 10. I'm a little slow, but you might do it in 5. But I read that book and I was like, I gotta quit this shit. I am out of here. And then that's when it kind of lit my fire. I'm like, I gotta find better things for myself, and I'm gonna do that. And I went to another company where they treated you, I actually made a little bit less money going to this other place because I sort of had to start at the bottom and work my way up, but I ended up getting into, they had all sorts of departments where you could move into, so it was a better choice in the long run. But I worked my ass off for them because they were just so decent. They were so decent. That makes such a big difference. And I'm just feeling like, because there's swords, there's Hierophant, there's pentacles, and all of a sudden we come in here and you get like, there's the cup of life, there's the truth, and there's love and emotions and feelings, and it's mutual, like feeling in some sort of connection where this is mutual, like almost not feeling like taken advantage of, right? Or just the situation or the circumstance makes it feel that way somehow. Okay. I wonder if any of the people talk about from my past ever watch the channel. Is she talking about me? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Okay, the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands. Oh my goodness. The Sun card, the Four of Pentacles, oh my hair. The Sun card, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands is with your Four of Wands. Wish fulfillment, dreams, happiness, joy, like the freedom to move like a little kid naked on a horse, right? Flinging your blankie or your cape into the air and let it blow. Let it blow with the wind. Joy, open expression. Ah, yeah. Look at this miser. Look at it, it sucks. Energy really sucks. I don't know. I don't know. I get just as frustrated with you guys when I get these kind of readings. I got so upset at the Hierophant last week. I did. And I don't mean that. That's not directed at any of my Taurus friends. Not all of them. But yeah, it's passion and desire. You just want to start with you. It's almost like there's such a buildup of, you know what, there's just so much running through my head. I know it's like I start a sentence and I go into something else. There's just so much running through my head. It's like this, the universe. I feel like the universe almost like handing something to you, like grab the baton here. Perhaps watch for it. But here's the trick. To receive the baton, to receive this sort of handout from the universe, you have to have a hand free to grab it. You have to have a hand free to grab it. Now look at, who's got their hands free to grab that wand? The little naked kid on the horse or this guy? I'm going to put my money on the little naked kid on the horse. So it's a little, so you're saying, Cindy, what the hell does that mean? So it kind of means being open to the universe handing you the opportunity, but it's not going to be the full-on opportunity that you want, but it is an opportunity and it's going to take you to where you want to go. A little bit like when I got that book from my jerk supervisor. Yeah, right. Like that's what it is. It's a little bit like that. It could come from a very unexpected place. Yeah, I'm sure he would not have lent me the book. if he knew I was going to tell him to take the job and shove it, which I kind of sort of did. Yeah, I pretty much did that in a letter. Felt really good. Yeah, that was a 5 of Swords where I knew I was not going, I would be poor on the streets before going back there. So your Ace of Pentacles, the Emperor, wow, you just want to own it, I think. Let's see what comes out with the Emperor. Oh yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you just want to own. And now this too could be a little bit, like I said, it's almost like watching it, seeing it happen for someone else or some people around you. And this inspires you to believe that you can do it. That you can do it. Because there's 2 aces now, right? So I almost see like this could even be someone who's in charge, who's a leader in their life. They're taking control and they've got a new beginning. They're creating new beginnings here because you want this. You want it real. You want tangible. You just don't want the fantasy of this. You just don't want to live in the dream about it, right? You want to turn the 7 of Cups into the 10 of Pentacles, which is real. There it is. It's not a fantasy. It's not an emotion. It's not a desire to move forward. It's really doing shit. And then the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups. Did not just do that again? Was it Cancer's reading? The card flipped, I tell you. I don't know how the cards do that. I see them flip. The King of Pentacles. I need more cards. The King of Pentacles. Swords. Awful lot of kings. The 4 of Swords. These are good guys, but I don't know if they're swimming in the cups, right? Like these guys could be swimming in the Pentacles. Some healing going on. The King of Swords. Yeah, like the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords, there's so much responsibility, energy behind that. Very grounded. Very established. Cut and dry, dealing with the facts, dealing with the truth. Being the responsible one too. With the King of Pentacles. But you know, the 4 of Swords is sitting there kind of wanting to rest that energy. Wanting to rest and rejuvenation. Wanting to rest that energy to have the Ace of Cups. I'm going to, it already feels like a long reading actually. Yeah, it has been. I think, what's at the bottom? The 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles is at the bottom. So working, and that's it. It's reversed. Let's get you a card from the Fairies Oracle deck. Don't show up at work naked and on a horse. I was just thinking that. You know, I hope nobody takes anything like totally literally. I don't know. It certainly might stir things up a bit. You might definitely get a rest. Maybe a little more permanent though than what you want with that responsible energy. A fairy card. A fairy card for Leo. A fairy card for Leo. A fairy card for Leo. I love the way it just jumps out like that. Healing. She's going around big time this week. This healing fairy. Now is a time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. I gotta tell you, I think it's time that we all go out and heal each other. I really do. The way she keeps coming out. Because she's saying like that you have an ability to heal others. And this keeps coming out. This has got to be the 3rd or 4th time this week already that this card has come out. So, you know, you heal someone else, but they're also getting the card and they're going to heal you. I'm really feeling that. This is my utopian world, right? We're all looking after each other. Yeah. I don't know. Some people will say, oh, that's socialism. Or just being kind. All right, protect your dreams. You are the guardian of your precious dreams and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. Oh, that's beautiful. I think you got a lot. Well, you have a dream here, right? You really do have a dream. Don't let it go. Don't let your dream go. Don't let your dream go. Keep it close to your heart until you're ready to release them. So too, with the Four of Swords and the healing, if there's something to do with your heart or keeping some sort of dream close to your heart, allow that to stay there and allow that to be part of the healing process also. Now that was interesting. That was really an interesting reading, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much, Leo. I'm going to do the extended. If I see you, they're great. If not, I hope to see you next week. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.